Hey, 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 I'm back, guys. We are back. Crazy YouTube. Sorry about that. But yes, we're live. We are live. Hey, hey, back at it again. Yes, we are. Trying to get you guys back on my screen. Hey. YouTube has been crashing. I don't know what the deal is, but oh, here we are. Okay. So I don't know what the deal is, but we're back. We're back. Thank you guys so much for coming back, for tuning in. I am I'm Michaela Pink, as you guys know, and she's in her psych class right now. And this is Michaela Pink channel. Yesterday's video, you guys love to do it to me. I knew you would. You came up and you showed out. I knew you would. Yesterday's video has been wildly successful. I hope you guys have had a chance to watch that. It is pretty out there. You got to see Pastor in rare form. And so, yeah, if you missed it, you missed a treat yesterday, but it won't ever happen again. It won't ever happen again. So today we are going to be talking about poverty-minded women, poverty-minded people in general. And when I say poverty-minded, I don't mean necessarily poor people, because you can be living in poverty and have a wealthy mentality. That's how most people get rich. Just because you start out poor doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to end up that way. Hey, new Sabby, Vanessa Rabbit, welcome to my channel. Just because you start out poor doesn't necessarily mean you're going to end up that way. Okay. If you notice, a lot of celebrities, a lot of rappers and actresses and people that become famous usually have a story. And a lot of times it starts with, when I grew up, we were poor. When I grew up, we didn't have a whole lot. So that motivated me to be blah, 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 right? So just because you start out poor doesn't mean you're going to be poor. It's all about what is happening in your mind. In your mind. If you are someone who is poor and you're happy to be poor, then it's likely that you are going to remain that way. Your mindset is what determines what your day is going to be, what your hour is even going to be. We'll take today, for instance. Today is a very gray day in America. It's really dim and heavy and sad because a lot of people lost someone who was very, very close to them. So today is kind of a mucky, yucky kind of day. So you can choose to scroll the internet and go deeper and deeper and deeper down into the pit of sadness with everyone. Or you can choose to say, you know what? I'm going to make this day a good day. I'm going to stay off the internet until after this funeral. Lord help. Lord, I'm going to stay off the internet until after this funeral. I'm going to create my own mood. I'm going to be a part of my own world until I'm able to participate again, because right now it's too much, right? It's just too much. Same goes for being poverty minded. You can be poor and you could say, you know what? I'm going to choose not to be walking out of the house with my hair looking all crazy. I'm going to choose not to be the one who walks out of the house in my pajamas. Even though this is what I see with my eyes, my mind is going to concentrate on things higher than that. So then you may not want to listen to rap and hip hop music that is not uplifting. You may not want to watch Real Housewives of whatever and Love and Hip Hop, this and that, because you know that that's going to change the way you see the world. If this is all you're watching, it is impossible for you to be anything other than that. It's impossible. Don't you know that if you had not been on the internet yesterday or had not watched the news today, you would be totally clueless about what's going on right now? I'm usually that way. I'm usually totally clueless about what's going on if it doesn't happen on social media, right? So that says a whole lot. If you are concentrating on things that are going to keep you at, at a very low state in life, then that's where you're going to be. And those are the things that you're going to see. Just because you live in a ghetto, in a slum, does not mean you have to be that way. And yes, there are examples of women who are very, they wear the jewelry and have their nails done, and they look and have the money to be very polished, to be very well spoken, but they are choosing not to be. They're choosing not to be that way. And I'm speaking of the ladies of Love and Hip Hop and all these other shows. So this is what I say. Now, you guys know, I have said this on my channel a million times. Dressing classy is not attractive. Just gonna let that sink in a little bit. Foxy cup, anyone? Dressing classy is not attractive. It is not attractive. Now, I didn't say it wasn't beautiful. I didn't say it wasn't gorgeous. I didn't say you can't be so polished and so beautiful and so great and so. I did not say that. What I said is that it's not attractive. Men are not attracted to classy. Classy is what happens after you've already secured the bag. Sexy is attractive. Sexy is attractive. Okay? But classy is not attractive, right? So I've said on my channel that dressing classy is not attractive. Totally true. Dressing classy will pull, you can get an old, super old man. That's who's going to be attracted to that. Now, do I say that you should dress and have all your cleavage and all that stuff out? No. You can be totally sexy and be pulled together, right? So keep that in mind. I bring that up to say this. And I know I'm gonna have to explain because y'all are like, what? That don't make no sense. What you mean? A lot of people will tell you, oh, you need to dress classy if you want to attract a certain man. But let's think logically. Let's think logically. If a man was attracted to what's classy, why are all these classy women getting cheated on with strippers? Why are all the classy women getting left for waitresses and for sex workers and things like that? Just saying. Just saying. Being attractive and pretty in the eyes of a woman is not going to attract a man. So when you are seeing images though of women who are showing all their skin and twerking and being very sexual and very masculine in their energy, and you emulate that, you are going to attract what these ladies are receiving. You're going to attract what they are receiving. Now, dressing classy and acting classy are two different things, everyone. You can be very polished, you can be very put together, very classy, and not know the first thing about class at all. which is a lot of people that we have today. You can look classy and have no class at all. Just like you can look broke and have all the money in the world. Looks matter. We talked about that yesterday, right? So there's one thing to be classy and there's one thing to look classy. The point I was making today and the point I will always make is that you need to be classy. You need to be so high, so far above the dustiness that comes with the poverty mind and the brokenness. You need to be so far above that a man who is not on his A game won't even be able to approach you. I could dress like Megan Thee Stallion, but I can act like Meghan Markle. Two Megs. Which Meg do you want? Right? Do you want Megan Thee Stallion or do you want Meghan Markle? Which one? Which one? So it is strange. It is strange and it is backwards, but you have to be clear on what your goals are. You can dress whatever way you want to dress, but it's the way you present yourself and the way you behave and the way your mannerisms and the way you speak is what is going to separate you from the average woman exactly. You want to have a healthy balance. So you can be sexy, but you can also be very classy as you're being sexy, right? So that is, if you want to be attractive, there's a healthy mix of that. And I will say that from now until whenever, that it matters what you are as opposed to what you look like. But it does start with the way you look, because men are very visual, like we've established and beat into the ground on my channel. Men are very visual. So it will start with the way that you look. So you want to be as put together as you can and not necessarily grandmotherly, but you want to be, well put together for sure. Classy women is for a man who wants kids and a sexy woman is for a man who wants fun. That's not necessarily true. A sexy woman will get will get a husband and be a wife before a classy woman will 100% of the time. If that's the case, men aren't going to libraries to get their wives. Men aren't going to churches and getting their wives. Yes, women in churches get married. Of course, those good girls get married. Yes, they do. I'm not saying that they don't. What I'm saying is that pay attention to what they're looking at. Are they searching women in libraries? Every married woman I know is sexy, period. Every classy woman I know is single. How does that work? What do you do when he asks you to dress down? You don't ever dress down. Ever. Ever. You don't ever dress down. If a man says, well, I like you the way you are, that means he doesn't want that means he's trying to make you unattractive so that no one else will want you. That's exactly what that means. A classy woman, think about it logically. Think about what you see. Think about what you see. On a date, should you be getting money? On what date should you be getting money? That is relative, Some women, here's the thing, y'all. Every woman is not going to get a man to give them money. Every woman is not going to get a man to give them money. I had to really get over that. Like, why is it so hard for these women not to get money? But every woman is not going to get a man to give them money. So I can't tell you by what date. I can tell you if you look the part, then a man is going to want to spend money on you. But if you don't, then you can go on 5,511 dates and he's never going to give you money, baby. So I can't say, well, by the third date, because if I tell some of y'all by the third date, y'all should be getting money. and you 3 dates, you're done. 3 dates, you're done. 3 dates, you're done. You ain't gonna never have a man. Some of y'all gotta take what you get. Whole title of the video: poverty-minded woman will have very few options. Let's talk about the title before I run out of time. Poverty-minded women will have very few options. If you think, well, I could never live in a house like that. Oh my God, I could never have those shoes. Oh, I could never have that purse. And if you, oh, I gotta go to work to get this money. Oh, my little job ain't enough for me to make it. If those are thoughts that you have, you will never have a life of opulence. That's nothing that I'm making up. I'm not being mean. It just is what it is. It kind of works that way. If you think you don't deserve something, you will never have it. You will never have it. So if you are accepting of poor behavior, allowing certain things to happen to you, not creating your own circumstances, waiting for stuff to happen, and taking whatever you are given, you will have very few options when it comes to dating and men. Basically, what date do I usually get the money? I usually get money by at least the third date, usually. What do I think about 50-something rich bachelors, successful and handsome for his age? Would they ever marry? I'm 22 and he's 51. It depends. Of course, all men will be married to a woman that they feel like being married to. Let's see. Michaela, you need to do videos for dressing sexy. How does that look? Because to me, you dress sexy, classy from what I've seen. And I agree. Like I said, I believe there's a healthy balance. Back to being poverty-minded. When you come from a place of lack, there's never enough. That's my man, and he's only going to be my man, and I refuse to share him. Not saying that you should be out here sharing men, but what I'm saying is, when you come from a place of lack and never enough, and I'm not going to be good enough, you won't have very many options. If you are a poverty-minded woman, you are going to have to settle for what you can get. A lot of women need to settle. Mickey, I don't know how to do my eyelashes, Mickey. Mickey, I don't know how to lose weight. Mickey, I can't figure out, what outfits I should wear. I don't know my body type. I don't know what looks good on me. If you don't feel like I need to invest so that I can get this information, I need to invest so that I can have somebody help me. If you don't feel like you're important enough to get the information to help yourself, you have a poverty mind and you need to settle for what you can get. It just is what it is. Some of y'all need to settle. I'm like I told you, we're in 2020, we're not doing this new year, new me crap. We're not doing the new year, new me. We're doing new year, new mistakes. So if you out here shaped like a refrigerator and you don't know how to dress for your body type, keep making the same mistakes. Everybody knows what their body type is. Everybody is not an hourglass. You can't say, well, I'm an hourglass underneath this. Everybody is, baby. Everybody is. Just saying. There's too much information out here. There's too much, a wrap dress. A wrap dress is not good if you shape like a refrigerator. A wrap dress looks good on an hourglass. See what I'm saying? The fact that y'all don't know this. There's a lot of information out here. Unfortunately, this is not my beauty channel, but there's a lot of information out here. If you are poverty-minded, you need to settle, baby. You need to just get who you can get, and that's it. Some of y'all need dusties. Some of y'all are dusty. If you don't want to be dusty, though, there's a lot of information, a lot of resources that will help you. There are too many resources out here that can help you change your mind, change your way of thinking. And until you actually tap into that, then you're going to continue to be where you are now. Just saying. I know a lot of people, I would never be a Dusty. Well, some of you guys are going to be single for the rest of your life. And that's fine. I would rather be single for the rest of my life than to settle for a Dusty. But I know that I'm worth everything. I'm worth the best of everything that this life has to offer me. So I would never settle for a Dusty. Ever. Ever, ever. Hey, Pastor, a man just said I have a wife aura. So this is not really a compliment, although one day I want to be your wife. No, that just means he wants to boink you, baby. He knows that most women want to be married, and so he's telling you what you want to hear. That's all. If I have a wife aura, why I don't have a wife ring on my finger, sir? Are you going to buy me a wife ring for my wife finger? Since I've got a wife aura, let's get some wifely stuff going on. Just saying, they'll say anything to get you, to get the, get that headboard banging. How do we balance ambitions and being our most beautiful self? You can go after your ambitions. You can go after your ambitions and still be beautiful. I just walked off of a job site. Construction workers dressed like this. Got on a pencil skirt with my little belt and this little sweater. I just came off of a construction site with a bunch of men going after my ambitions and still not wasting the pretty. It's possible, for sure. Would you say that thinking that something is too expensive is not worth the investment? Yes. If you think anything in the world is too, if you have ever said, oh, that's too expensive, I would never spend that much on it. That's being poverty minded. Instead of, how can I get that for myself? How can I get that for myself? If you have ever said something is too expensive, yes, most likely you are poverty minded. Yes. What do you guys think of street style? I love wearing sneakers and making them look girly. How do we feel about sneakers on the Michaela Pink channel? I'm gonna let them tell you, baby, because sometimes I can be a little mean. Sneakers are for, I feel like sneakers are for at the gym only. That's it. There's nothing feminine, even the pink ones. And if you go to places where you're going to get dirty, like I wear sneakers to the gym and to the dog park. I always wear sneakers to the dog park because I don't want to, get dirty. But what about Converse? Those are not ladylike. Those are not ladylike at all. Just saying. Just saying. If you are poverty minded, you're going to have very few choices. You can either change the way you think to attract better, or you can attract whatever is going to come your way when you continue thinking that way. When you girls first heard Mickey talk, what did you think? Ring true or no? What do you think, Central Brunette? What do you think when you heard me talk? Are we gonna have another block party? Are we? Should you wear makeup to the gym? I do. Some women need to handle their psychological trauma and issues. Yeah. Just saying. You can change your, what if you get sweaty? I don't sweat when I go to the gym. I sweat, if I ever sweat, it's going to be where nobody can see me. Again, that's not ladylike. Why are you sweating in public? Again. If I'm sweating, it's going to be where nobody can see me. The goal is to be I'm gonna have to do. I see, because there's a lack when it comes to what does it look like to be ladylike. A lot of women have no idea what that means. So maybe we'll do that video. Maybe we'll do that video. This is what it means to be ladylike. Ladies do this and ladies don't do this. Would that be a good video, you think? Hello? I was going to say she was all right, but now I see more clearly about what she says. Yeah. Should you tone yourself down if girls and some guys say your makeup is slutty? How do you have slutty makeup? Oh, y'all, these comments. Maybe it's state by state, because even the most feminine girls wear sneakers in New York. New York City does not count. There are not very many feminine women who live in New York City at all. That's why I'm very popular in New York City, because I'm real with it. So they think, oh my God, I love her. Wow. But I don't really, that's not a very New York City, from like, I'm going to say northern North Carolina on up. The further north you go, the less the femininity is prominent there. Oh, thank you, Angie Truby. Hey, Miss Angie, where you been, girl? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So not being stereotypical, I'm just saying it's not you can't really be feminine in New York City, because you may have to run at any moment. People walk everywhere they go. So of course you're going to have to wear sneakers if you walk everywhere you go. I would never in 100 years, you couldn't pay me $60 billion to live in New York City. I just would not do it. New York City is just not even, no. It's almost impossible to be pampered and be very feminine in a place where you have to walk everywhere. Just saying. Now you could, but I don't see how. And maybe that's, you know, my ignorance as far as the culture there, but having been there and having spoken with lots of women there, it's just my experience, I guess. Promo your page on your page, please. What does promo your page on your page mean? What does that mean? Oh, you deleted somebody that promoted their page? Good looking out. New Yorkers all have cars? No, they don't. No, they don't. New Yorkers all have cars? Oh, really? Okay. I could be wrong. Anyway, being poverty-minded is going to keep you in that state. If you would like to not be in that state anymore, then you're going to have to change your mind in order to attract something different. It just is what it is. Now, how you know how I was raised, DT? Miss Pink was raised with this. How you know how I was raised? Oh, Miss Pink, comma, was raised with 50-50. I was about to say, what the world? She said she was raised with 50-50 parents, and you married young, and you don't want to be 50-50 anymore. You only have one more kid left in the household. Any advice besides divorce? No. If you don't want to be there, leave him. If you don't want to be there, leave him. I don't, what you mean? Okay, moderators, I can't moderate the group and do the video. Y'all, who wants to be a moderator? Let me see, because we need more moderators, people. Touching my nerves. I can make $500 in 15 minutes. I know I can. Because I'm hot, thank you. I'm hot, everybody. Okay, Tandis, you're a moderator. Tandis, in order to be a moderator, y'all, you guys have to be here and be on the notifications team. If you're not on the notifications team and be here for a lot of my videos, then you can't be a moderator. Sorry. I'm in California and we're feminine here. You guys, it's not about, I said that because it's really hard to be feminine in a place where femininity is looked down on. In places where there's high crime, you can't walk outside like, hey daddy, what's going on? I can't wait to go on our date. You can't be doing that. They will take your butt, they will rape you in a place like New York City if you walking around like that. But here, they'll be like, whoo, you can get 50 men if you do that. Here where I live, they're gonna be like, sop you up with a biscuit, right? Just saying, like it's not really safe. You can't really do that. Chicago, you can't really do that there. LA, you might be able to, but you're gonna probably attract some, it's just different cultures will attract different things to you. So just saying, it wasn't like I love New York City. New York is my most popular city. Most of my viewers, surprisingly, are from New York City. So there you go. This lipstick will be a part of my new line. That's why I haven't said what color lipstick it is, because I'm definitely going to have this color in my line. That's why I haven't said it. I've seen that question answered or asked 600 times, but I haven't answered on purpose. There you go. Thank you. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to log off this one and we're going to start a new topic about, I'm going to give you 7 things that are ladylike. 7 things that will make you a more ladylike woman. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you are interested in any of the boot camps, any of the classes and courses that I've done, they are all linked below. My books are also linked below. Be on the lookout for book number 2 in the series, The Gold Digging Gold Digger. If you have not gotten your copy of that, hit the link below. Book number 2 is coming out. Also, don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys again so much for your support. I really, really, really appreciate you. We're going to log off this video and start our next video, 7 things to make you a more ladylike woman. I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think.